Good evening, folks, and welcome. This is, I can say, my third out-of-the-box review in about a week. Now, as I mentioned pretty much on the forums today, I got my ERC Hobby Lobby F-18 Super Hornet with electric retractable landing gear system, 7 LED midnight lights, and here she is. Pretty much all the pictures that you saw on the forum, they are step by step from the package, which is all the way back there, and to the product. Now let me tell you one thing. This is gorgeous. It looks absolutely well done. I was pretty surprised with some of the materials. I had a few little bits and pieces which I have to say, okay, it could be better. But so far I'm pretty impressed. I might have to do 2 videos. We'll have to split them in 2 or maybe even do 3. During the build process I will also have as well some other movies, or just to give you a little bit a step-by-step review till I finish the plane and till it's ready to fly. Now this plane is pretty much from ERC in conjunction with Freewing models. I personally designed this plane and it's gorgeous. Alright, well, let me tell you one thing. Some of the issues that you guys had on the forum, I did not have as such. The paint job and everything looks really awesome. I don't know why, but I have some silver vector thrust system. I'm not quite sure if you guys had actually the black ones. Anyway, I have the silver ones. Here is the cockpit area, of course. I just pretty much just before resoldered my own 4mm bolt connectors on the stock ESC. There's a lot of cable going on. I will sort it out during my build pretty much. Here you can see the battery intake, which slides down, not straight, but it goes down a bit, just as it was on the Eurofighter, which isn't bad. I tested it on my 5000 milliamp 30C Flight Max battery, and it does actually fit. You have to push the bit in, but it does fit. So there's some room for improvements, and you can cut away some foam as well if you wish. Now this is just a part here, the cockpit basically, which is being held down with a connector right back there, just like on the Star Max F-18. So I think, yeah, well, copy and paste stuff is usually pretty much standard. Here's the tray for the, well, the cover for the actual EDF unit, or as we call it in Europe, impeller. The 3 plugs, you guys could actually see that from the pictures. Those plugs were nicely put together, so there was nothing loose at all. I always check that, and I always make sure that everything is been put in place the way it should be. Now I'm just gonna put some stuff away. We have a lot of bombs, we have a lot of missiles, we have a lot of small little stuff. I'm just gonna put that a bit away. And yes, I did test the retract system as well, and guess what? It's actually working. Hooray! No, but honestly, yes, it does work, and yes, it does look good. So the front nose gear door was opened when I actually unpacked the thing, which is I think pretty much everyone else has. Here's the vector thrust system. As I said, it's in silver. Now check this out, I can move it. It has a bit of room, just as the Eurofighter did, and here is the other one. You can move that one as well, but that was the same on the Eurofighter. I don't think that they will ever actually sort this out in the future, but who knows. It looks pretty much straight. I also did some pictures, I don't know, maybe in the meantime while I was moving the plane around, and did some soldering stuff on it that they moved. But also from here, it looks fairly straight. Not perfect, but fairly straight. Now, I'm a person that likes to criticize stuff if I don't like anything or something, and I will do on this plane too. And some people, they may don't like it, but I don't really give a shit, because these movies actually intend to help people which do not have that much experience, to warn them what needs to be done. Don't expect any planes these days just to buy it. If it's ready to fly, almost ready to fly, you get it, you unpack it, you put it together, and you go flying. Those days are pretty much over, or they never even existed. Maybe for those park zone models, but we're talking here about stuff that is being developed, mass production. The quality control might not be as good, so you need to take some time to show some fine detail. For example, this one here, you can see it pretty much well. This stuff here is broken. I have this piece here on the side, which needs to be epoxied on. I won't be using CA for this, because during the cold period, CA intends to crack, or it just gets loose with time being, especially if you put pressure on it. And since this is a part where it opens when you on the landing approach or anything like that, it might break, which isn't really a handy thing to have. Other than that, I can see that some of the screws on it are not being put down correctly. I need to, I will unscrew them, put a bit on thread lock on, and put them back in. Other than that, it looks fairly straightforward. Standard nylon gear servos, something like that. The actual gear itself here is in there. Yes, it is working. It looks actually fairly good. Although I have to say that the wheels, they don't look pretty much straight from the line when you look at it forward from the actual plane. No matter, it doesn't actually really matter at all, but it's just something. I'm a person that really pays attention to some fine detail, and especially on jets, trust me, you will need it. Otherwise you get issues when you are during your taxiing, your takeoff, your landing. During flight, it does not matter. Double check and maybe even triple quadru check everything, just to make sure it really is fitting, or it does actually work, and retest it. What I have here, I have because I have now 3 planes that needs to be maidened, which is one the B-25, one the E-Flight Beechcraft Bonanza 15E with the electric retracts basically, and back down here I have 3 EDF units there. You can see both of them are Freewing. This one is a JP version, 6S motor, balanced and anything. I will use this one as well in there as a comparison, just to see how much power the Freewing produces and how much power this one produces. I'll get also some ARC motors with Wemotec EDF units from Extreme Radio Control, Australia, from Mark. He is a really nice and helpful guy. I will get those from him to have some really blistering 8S performance on a 4 or 5,000 milliamp battery with 30 to 40 C. Not quite sure about that one yet, about the batteries, but the setup is pretty much done. Now, this is pretty much the movie, just to show you guys a bit the plane. Most of you guys seen it for yourself, but it's good to see a bit of a comparison. I have seen not yet anything else that catch my eye. I have to be honest, just about this part here, the broken stuff. The retracts do actually work. Here's some loose screws. I might take this one out, and just to make sure all the screws are really tight. If not, tighten them up, but before use some thread lock. The last thing you want is during takeoff or landing that those pretty much those legs or whatever, the wheels or the whole stuff is coming off. So this is part 1 of the movie, which is going to continue with part 2, because YouTube has a 10-minute limit. See you in the next round. Goodbye.